Yes, I'd like to call the regular meeting for the Newstead Town Board to attention on February 20th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Councilman Burke,
Here.
Councilman Dugan.
Here.
Councilman Jandrowski,
Here.
Councilwoman Pope.
Here.
All present except for Supervisor Cummings.
Would you please join, and JJ, would you lead us in the pledge of the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item, approval of the minutes for the regular meeting, January 23rd. Do I hear a
So moved.
so moved?
Second.
Second. Any discussion, comments? The minutes have been approved. Item 5, agenda changes. There is an additional resolution, which will be J, dealing with home-based businesses. Please note that on the agenda. Item 6, work session. We held the work session on the 30th. There, we had a couple of visitors. We had the insurance representative in to discuss the insurance. More will be said about that in tonight's meeting. We had a representative from the Erie County Sheriff's to discuss the Akron Newstead Drug Coalition and to discuss information. Yeah, recognizing communications preceded work session. My colleague, the supervisor, sometimes always does the work session and then the communications, so that's why.
Oh, sorry. Well, either way, I just want to make sure you go over it.
No, I haven't finished with the comment about the Akron Newstead Drug Coalition that's attempting to be established here, and the distributed handout with respect to information concerning it. We had the code enforcement officer stop in and make comments concerning the adoption of the Newstead noise law, which we'll address later this evening in a resolution. Our town engineer, Scott, was not able to be present that evening. Councilman Jandrowski did updates on building projects, and he's been very actively involved in that, and he'll have more to say later. And then the usual grants, nothing new on grants. That takes care of the work session on the 30th. Dawn, for communications for the clerk.
Yes, we received a letter from Charter Communications announcing some programming changes as of March 1st. We received a letter from Erie County Environmental Management Council stating that Louis Tandy's term on the board will expire on May 31st, 2023, and they're asking for his reappointment or a new appointment from the town. And they also included their 2022 annual recommendations report. We also got a letter from the Buffalo Niagara Partnership with an enclosure of their 2023 advocacy agenda. We received a letter from New York State Ag and Markets notifying the town of grant opportunities for animal capital projects. And we received a request for a beer wine permit from Peggy Kidder for Skyline Park on July 23rd for a family reunion. And that is it.
Thank you. Okay. Are there any questions concerning items that appear on the agenda that you wish to address at this time? Seeing none, we'll move to 8, approval of the bills. First, we have 2 budget transfers. And which one of my colleagues will address those? Or do you want me to?
Usually, they would read the transfers. What's yours?
Oh, all right, there are 2 budget transfers, one for the fiscal year 2022, which concerns principally the expenditures for the snow event on Christmas of 2022. And to keep the books in order, that needs to be done. And there's another budget transfer for 2023 concerning insurance and allocations and disbursement, payments for fire prevention, things of that nature. So,
I'll make a motion. It's up.
both.
Second.
Second, okay. No further discussion, budgets. The budget transfers have been agreed to. Who will read the, so we can pay the bills?
I'd like to submit the following vouchers for approval. General, $142,840.12. General outside the village, $44.40. Highway, $39,851.18. Nap water, $110. Fire, $1,596. Refuse, $30,882.81. Sewer district number one, $1,049.68. Sewer district number two, $159.15. Sewer district number three, $536.83. Consolidated water, $47.18, for a grand total of $217,117.35.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second.
Seconded. Any questions or discussion? I'm just curious about the refuse, which is normally around 26,000, it bumped to 30, and I was trying to remember.
Which contract?
Okay. Fair enough. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, it's approved. Bills are paid. Okay, committee and department head reports, highway, Michael?
Yes, as I said in the work session, we went up and we replaced some ceiling tiles at the shop. Got was salted, salted the parking lots. We pushed up salt, fixed some mailboxes. We had the Rexroth technician come out and talk with the guys there about the Rexroth controls that are in the trucks, the two new trucks. We took the new number 8 to be undercoated. We did some coal patching, painted some new sideboards. We took the guardrails down on the bike path. We've been putting the new bleachers and benches together for the parks. Repairs the hydraulic line on old number 8, new reverse lights on 10 truck, fixed the fence up on the bike path, and that's it.
Very good, thank you. And we're up to full strength now for the personnel? Is
As of week from tomorrow, today, next week.
next week will be full first.
Yep.
Very good. Assessor, I have an assessor's report.
I have a question.
Question.
Mike, with this odd winter we're having, we're not using as much salt. How are you on as far as our percentages?
Okay, I just got a letter last, when was it? But anyway. I have to take the minimum of 4,000 ton, which is 2,800 ton. We've shipped 1,524 in, so I'm still obligated to take 1,276 ton by the end of August. But if I don't have room, they will, for a fee of $3.60 until the end of December of 23, we can store it there. But I'm hoping that
$3.60 a ton
to store it at American Rock.
for that whole time period? Is that a monthly fee or how, what's that?
This says, it says we'll store the salt at our facility for storage fee of $3.60 a ton.
Okay,
So
I'm taking this for the duration.
until December 31st, 2020. But it sounds like we'll be using it a little bit next few days, and hopefully we can get our 1,276 ton.
We certainly like to weather this storm, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Assessor's report for February submitted. Hello, everyone. I'm still working on the town residential portion of the reassessment. Due to a law change from New York State regarding the senior citizen exemption second notices, the office has had additional foot traffic. This has delayed my progress some. I still plan to have the entire project wrapped up by the last week in March and hope to send notices either that week or the first week in April. Dawn and I just presented at the senior center this past Friday for a small group, and were able to answer some questions regarding exemptions, tax bills, and the reassessment project. I have additional handouts if anyone missed the presentation and wishes to know more. After March first, the office foot traffic and calls should slow down, allowing me more time to focus on the reassessment. If anyone has any questions for me, please feel free to contact me at 585-356-2150. Respectfully submitted, Tina M. Rados, our assessor. And accompanying that report were some of the estate transactions that were cataloged by her office. Code enforcement, we have a report from the code enforcement, its monthly report, a little tail end of 1 or 2 from January and the remaining for February. They deal with remodeling, renovations, generators, installations, and additions. Seems to be the regular sort of presentation. For the reporting period, the valuation was $583,907, which amounted to a fee of $1,959 to the town of Newstead. Okay. Town clerk.
Yes, I'll just to touch on what Tina had told you. She and I both did a presentation for Sarah for the seniors up at the senior center on Friday. Actually, it went very well. We were there for probably an hour and 15 minutes between the two of us. And we answered some really good questions. It was a really good interaction, so that was nice. Other than that, just at our next work session, maybe we can discuss what time we're gonna set the meeting on the March 27th meeting for, because of the birthday cake.
Right. Approximately how many were in attendance for this presentation that you and Tina did?
There was probably 8 to 10 people there. But you know, like I said, they asked a lot of really good questions and there was really good interactive back and forth, so.
Has that ever been done in a previous year?
No, this is
This
the
is
first
the
time.
first.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And certainly a service to the seniors
Mhm.
in light of the, what is the STAR program and
Yeah.
the requisites in order to be sure. I guess it's March first, they had to have their
Yes.
application by, something in the paper about that.
Yes.
Thank you. Town attorneys?
Emily Janice is currently attending the Association of Towns meeting, and beyond that, we have nothing else to report at this time.
Well, we're very glad to have council right there at the thick of things at the town, the Association of Towns meeting. Council persons, Councilman Jandrowski.
Yes, I also talked with Dave Miller, saying we're gonna be talking about the set the public hearing for the noise law. I did have conversations with him over the past couple of weeks on that. I had a library board meeting. I got called Friday from Dale Gooch. We had a tour back up in the downstairs bathrooms. They met with Rooter today. That was resolved. The senior center, all the ceiling tiles are all painted and reinstalled. Their furnace is, if you guys remember, they were having issues with that. They got that working, so they have no more furnace issues for the time being. And then also I reached out to the guy's name is Don Hobbs. I'm gonna have him in March come in. We're gonna do an assessment on the brook at the library. And then hopefully Christine can put in for a construction grant like we did with the HVAC system and getting the roof replaced if needed.
Great, thank you.
That's
Councilman Dugan.
Nothing at this time.
Nothing is. Councilman Burke attended the February 4th Celebration Committee meeting, which is planning for a big July 4th Tuesday parade and coordinating with the Bicentennial Committee. And they are exploring the possibility of putting online the parade staging area map and the parade route map, since many of the people they're expecting are going to be from outside of Newstead and not as familiar with the area. And so the finances, according to the treasurer's report, are in good shape. Councilwoman Pope.
There was just a question about where someone could, if the town had any extra modern garbage schedules, because someone didn't get one.
We'll defer to the clerk on that.
We do have them here, Patty, at the
Okay.
building, and they are available on the website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, and the supervisor's report for December 2022 has been received and is on file with the town clerk. Now, unfinished business, buildings, that's pretty well covered.
Yep.
By JJ.
Did you get all that, Dawn?
Yes, I did.
The planning. I think that's. Not too much on planning that I've got, other than what we discussed.
With regards to drainage, that was the only thing we covered in the work session.
Pretty much drainage, yes. And that requires further. Cooperation among the homeowners, I think. Water and sewer from our.
Yes, the issue with the sanitary lateral at Indian Falls and Knapp Road has been corrected. Now just waiting for the weather to change to finalize the restoration for the water line project.
Very good news. And grants, I think there was an exploration or a discussion with our grant writer about the potential investigation of a couple of grants. More might be forthcoming later on. New business. We have resolution, local law number 1 for 2023, referred to as the special events law, to set a public hearing on March 13th, 2023 at 7:20. Mr. Dugan.
Whereas the town board of the town of Newstead, New York previously adopted its special events permit law by local law number 9 of the year 2012, special events permits law. And whereas the town board has determined that it is in the best interest of the town of Newstead to update the special events permit law. And whereas I introduced the following proposed local law number 1 of the year 2023, known as the 2023 Amendment number 1 to the special events permit law, and presented a copy to each member of the town board. Now therefore, it is hereby ordered as follows: a hearing before the town board of the town of Newstead in the county of Erie shall be held at the town hall, 5 Clarence Center Road, Akron, New York, at 7:20 p.m. on the 13th day of March 2023 for the purpose of hearing all persons interested in the proposed local law number 1 of the year 2023. Be it further ordered, the town clerk is directed to publish publish a notice of public hearing in the Akron Bugle, designated the official newspaper for this publication, such publication to be not less than 10 days before the date of the public hearing, and post as required by law 1 copy of the notice of public hearing no later than the day such notice is published. B, notified by mail all parties of interest pursuant of the general municipal law and the town law of the public hearing not less than 10 days before the date of the public hearing. And C, send notice to Erie County Department of Environmental and Planning as required under section 239-M of the general municipal law, and be it further ordered that the town clerk is to make copies of the proposed local law number 1 of the year 2023 entitled the 2023 Amendment number 1 to the special events permit law, available at her office for inspection and distribution to any person interested during business hours.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second,
Second, it's been seconded. Any discussion?
You want me to continue with
Well,
that last?
go ahead
bit?
and the negative declaration needs to be
Okay.
read as well,
Last page.
the last page.
All right, whereas the town board of the town of Newstead is considering adoption of a local law which would update the town's code regarding special events permit. And whereas the town board has reviewed the short form EAF submitted and has determined that the proposed action will not have a significant impact on the environment. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Newstead, after considering the action proposed herein, reviewing the criteria contained in section 617.11 of the rules and regulations of SEQA regulations, thoroughly analyzing the project with respect to potential environmental concerns, determines that the proposed action will not have a significant effect on the environment and that no further action is required by the town board under seeker.
How did it read? Adding in its entirety, the motion of the second has been made. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, maybe we have a call for the vote.
Councilwoman Pope,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Councilman Jandrowski.
Yes.
Carried.
Read the last pages.
We're on to
First
B,
one.
resolution local law number 2 for 2023, commonly referred to as the noise law. Set a public hearing March 13th, 2023 at 7:25. Mr. Jandrowski.
I'd like to propose the following resolution, whereas the town board of Town of Newstead of New York previously reappealed and replaced its noise law by passage of local law number 7 of the year 2017, the noise law. 2014, what did I say, 17? Sure you guys keeping track of only 2014. Whereas the town board has determined that it's in the best interest of the town, Newstead, to update the noise law, and where I introduced the following proposed local law number 2 of the year 2023, known as 2023 Amendment number 1 to the noise law, and presented a copy to each member of the town board, a copy which is attached here to it and made part hereof. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered as follows: the hearing before the town board of the town of Newstead in Erie County shall be held at the Town Hall, 5 Clarence Center Road, Akron, New York, at 7:25 p.m. on the 13th day of March 2023. For the purpose of hearing all persons interested in proposed local law number 2 of the year 2023. Be it further ordered, the town clerk is directed to A, publish notice of public hearing in the Akron Bugle designated as the official newspaper for publication, such publication to be not less than 10 days before the date of the public hearing. As supposed to be required by law of the notice of public hearing no later than such notice is published. B, notify by mail all parties interested pursuant to the general municipal law and the town law of public hearing not less than 10 days of the date of the public hearing. And C, send notice to the Erie County Department of Environmental and Planning as required under section 239-M of the general municipal law. And be it further ordered that the town clerk is to make copies of the proposed local law number 2 of the year 2023 entitled 2023 Amendment number 1 to the noise law available at her office for inspection and distribution to any interested person during business hours. Whereas the town board of the town of Newstead is considering the adoption of local law, which would update the town's code regarding noise, whereas the town board has reviewed the short form EAF submitted and has determined that the proposed action will not have a significant impact on the environment. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Newstead, after considering action proposed herein, reviewing the criteria contained in section 617.11 of the rules and regulations of seeker regulations, and thoroughly analyzing the project with respect to potential environmental concerns, determines that the proposed action will not have a significant effect on the environment and that no further section is required by the town board under seeker.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second discussion? Hearing none, please poll the board.
Councilwoman Pope,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Councilman Jandrowski.
Yes.
Carried.
C, resolution for a speed, requests a speed study on Main Road between Barnum and Davison. Okay. Patty?
I'd offer the following resolution, whereas the town of Newstead Town Board has received a request to have a speed and traffic study conducted on Main Road between Davison Road and Barnum Road in the town of Newstead. And whereas the town board believes it would be prudent to seek a speed and traffic study for the aforementioned portion of Main Road due to area attractions, including the Great Pumpkin Farm. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board as follows. Number 1, the town board hereby requests that a speed and traffic study be undertaken on Main Road between Davison Road and Barnum Road in the town of Newstead based on resident and local business owner requests. Number 2, the town board directs the town clerk to file a TE9 request with Erie County Department of Public Works and the New York State Department of Transportation to conduct said speed and traffic study. Number 3, the town board is in support of a speed reduction to 40 miles per hour for a portion of Main Road extending from the town of Newstead, town of Clarence town line east to a point 1,000 feet beyond the easternmost entrance to the parcel commonly known as the Great Pumpkin Farm. Number 4, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? I just had a curiosity, with item number 3, east to a point 1,000 feet beyond the easternmost entrance to the parcel commonly known as the Great Pumpkin Farm. I'm just wondering where the easternmost entrance is and where that 1,000 feet ends east of that entrance. I didn't,
I think it's right where the 55-mile-an-hour sign is.
that's the easternmost entrance right now? Is what you're suggesting? I'm just curious.
Well, you can always go to the entrance and measure,
The cars that are often exiting are on the easternmost portion of the property, just at the top of the little rise there before the next property. So I was just curious if that's considered an entrance.
Right.
It's usually an exit.
Right.
I was just wondering when we could beef it back up to 55, where the 1,000 feet is past that. That's all. And obviously, we certainly need to find a study. That's the discussion. Hold the board.
Councilwoman Pope,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jadrowski,
yes.
carried.
Right. D, resolution and insurance renewal. Joe?
Whereas the town board has received written proposal for insurance from Trident Insurance Brokerage for the period running from February 1, 2023 until February 1, 2024, and has determined that it is in the best interest of the town to continue with the insurance through Trident Insurance Brokerage. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board as follows. Number 1, town board does hereby approve the insurance proposed from Trident Insurance Brokerage, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, at the cost of $94,562 for the year, plus a policy fee of $305.15. Number 2, the supervisor / deputy supervisor is authorized to sign the necessary application form and make payments required under the proposal. Number 3, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Is there a second?
Second,
Having been seconded, is there any discussion? It's probably prudent to pay it and pass it since it's past the starting date. Please poll the board.
Councilwoman Pope,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Councilman Jadrowski,
yes.
carried.
Next item is E, resolution purchase of auger spreaders, AKA Sanders. John?
I'd like to propose the following resolution, whereas the town board of the town of Newstead previously determined that it is necessary to purchase 3 hydraulic auger spreaders, AKA Sanders, to purchase, and whereas by resolution dated January 23rd, 2023, the town board authorized and directed the town clerk to advertise for bids for purchases, and whereas in response, quotations were received from 2 companies which are annexed here to and made part hereof, summarized as follows. George and Swede for $29,175 per item and $87,525 in total, and Chemung Supply Corporation for $26,935 per item and $80,805 in total, whereas in consultation, thanks, Doc. With the highway superintendent, the town board has determined the purchase from Chemung Supply Corporation would be the best meet for the town's needs. Now therefore be resolved by the town board as follows. Number 1, the town board does hereby authorize the highway superintendent to purchase 3 new hydraulic auger spreaders from Chemung Supply Corporation in accordance with the written quote and specification at the price of $80,805. 2, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, please poll the board.
Councilwoman Pope,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Councilman Jadrowski,
Yes.
carried.
I'd like to make a motion for the highway department to hire Clifford Brucker, effective February 27th, 23, as an MEO at step 3 in the amount of $28.08 per hour.
So
Is there a
moved.
second? Is there a second?
Second,
Hearing a second, is there any
Was-
discussion?
was there, wait a second, Joe was asking a question, was there a motion first and a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Patty did.
I thought, yeah.
My left ear isn't as good as the right.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me out. Any discussion? Hearing none? Please poll the board.
Actually,
No,
it's
they
an
just-
aye.
Just aye or nay. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Nay, no, nobody's opposed. G, motion to appoint Laura Consiglio as clerk to the town justice, full-time, effective February 21st, 23, at a rate of $22.25 per hour. Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? It's passed. H, make a motion to appoint Beverly Summy to the position of town historian at salary specified in the budget.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, a motion to approve a motion from Peggy Kidder for a beer and wine application for Skyline Park on July 23rd, 23. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Patty. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Those opposed?
So who's making the motion, you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it-
Throw me out of whack here.
I thought I was.
I wasn't listening because we kind of have a system here. Okay, you're doing good.
After I comes J. We have a resolution for home-based business, which was added to the agenda under item 5. And Councilman Dugan will please read it.
I'd like to propose the following resolution, whereas Kevin Paquin has applied for a home-based business in the RA zone with a special use permit / site plan application to operate KP Woodworking LLC, a woodworking shop located at 123-438 Swift Mills Road in the town of Newstead.
The address.
12438.
Yeah.
Did I say something different?
Yeah, 123-438.
Well, that's because it's close to my address. Whereas the town of Newstead is the most legal agency with permitting authority. And whereas on February 6th, 2023, the planning board reviewed the project and recommended approval to the town board. Planning board requested that Mr. Pequin merge the property where his home is located at 12426 Swift Mills with the property where the business is located at 12438 Swift Mills Road, which is pending with Erie County map. Now therefore be resolved by the town board as follows. Number 1. According to Newstead Town Code, section 450-85 D2. The town board will hold a public hearing within 62 days of the receipt of the planning board's recommendation. And such public hearing is scheduled to take place on March the 13th, 2023 at 7:15 to hear comments for or against the proposed special use permit / site plan application.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Now it's been seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, please poll the board.
Councilwoman Paul,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Aye.
Councilman Jandrowski,
Yes.
Councilman Dugan,
Yes.
Terry.
Very good. Privilege of the floor. Anyone present? This is the time. Please rise, state your name and address. Seeing none, all right. I'll take the privilege of the floor just to comment that, to remind everyone that there will be a regular board meeting next Monday night. We attempted to have this past week a board meeting, but were unable to secure satisfactorily a quorum. And we have to have 3 bodies physically present in the structure in order to have a quorum to conduct said business. So that's why it was pushed to this Monday. Sorry for any inconvenience it caused, but we tried to do our best. Motion for adjournment?
Are you looking for one?
So moved.
Patty. I don't think we need to second that, do we?
Second,
Thank you.
that's really throwing me off, because they've always put it out there, looking for a motion, but we were making.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
No, he always says. He
I move.
motions and he's
I move.
looking for a second. I move. Dave always says, I move to.
That's what I
blah,
thought.
blah, 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 blah. So he, under the motions, he's making the motion.
So I must have jumped them a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
I was jumping this thing so.
And Patty had seconded.
Where it was coming from, like, where was this?
When I was talking to you, Patty had seconded, like that little quiet second.
Doesn't work.
That was mine.
Yeah, Joe gave me this guy.
Yeah.
It's not, looks like it's Pequin, but it's Pequin.
It is Pequin?
I guess, unless there's another.
I know the Pequin.
Oh, so maybe it's Pequin then.
I think it is. But they, my son played football with the youngest.
Yeah.
I think it'd be okay. Right?
Probably email you right now. So don't forget.
Are we still recording?
No.
Are we
Well,
Perfect.
yes. Hold on.
No, I don't think we are, because we.
Are we still
She's
recording?
signed off. That's
No,
why.
if she,
Patty signed off. Okay.
usually if she leaves, then.
If she leaves, then the recording stops.
We should be okay then, because.